Yeah, in meeting with demands, we've changed our acquisition from just panchromatic black and white imagery in the past, and now we're acquiring pan, RGB, and NIR imagery. We are still stifled by our inability to work with full-band imagery right through, primarily because of compression issues. So currently we still have RGB and CIR as separate duplicated layers. And I don't think I have to talk about the value of NIR, but it's underutilized. Our aim is to have everything not just rectified in RGB, but NIR as well. But so we're playing a bit of catch up. So hopefully soon that'll be a standard product for the whole country. We also, maybe importantly, I want to mention that we acquire imagery in 12-bit, although the rectified imagery is in 8-bit. But 12-bit imagery is also not, you can see this demonstration that there's much more information in shadow areas. You can pick up much more data. Just from a remote sensing point of view, there's much more value in 12-bit. But the end user, the typical ArcGIS user, we're going to give them 12-bit data, they're going to fumble and they're going to moan. So we're sticking to 8-bit at the moment until industry is ready for 12-bit imaging. But we are acquiring 12-bit, and it's there since our 2008 acquisition started. So that just shows the value of 12-bit imaging. I mean, it's much more data. This is the other big thing. In the past, we've acquired the entire country maybe over a 10-year cycle. Now, our strategy from now onwards is to acquire the entire country over a 3-year cycle. So the entire country will be covered by 0.5 meter color, multispectral over a 3-year cycle, and this is what we're planning to do. So in this current cycle, Eastern Cape and those northern provinces. 2013, we've got KZN, Northwest, and parts of the Northern Cape, and then the remainder in 2014. And this will be a repeat cycle. And maybe this is not the best, but it at least addresses a lot of people. Some people are saying, let's fly the developed area, like the coastal bands every year, and maybe the Northern Cape, give them a miss every 30 or 40 years. But everybody's got different needs. Sandy will shout, no, we would rather want, somebody else. Everybody's got different needs. So, and we need to balance this. But what we do have is a safe repository for the information. A lot of municipalities and agencies, they fly, but they don't. The information is not accessible, and it's not in a certain standard, it's not in a certain format. Leslie just knows about recent examples to that. This is our current, I want to say this. So we already flew the whole country in the first 2008 to 2011 cycle. It's the first high resolution national coverage ever. And in 3 months' time, I hope it happens, but we will have the first national 0.5 meter, like they call it the spot mosaic. It'll be the first ever national rectified layer, a multispectral layer. And I think it's a huge achievement for the country, and it's an extremely valuable asset. Now, if I speak to SANSA, for example, for the first time, SANSA will have the ability to, because you have a data set of a higher resolution and a validated accuracy, you can rectify your spot almost automatically. You can run algorithms to rectify lower resolution satellite imagery to that, because it's a reference data set. So it's a huge achievement for a country, because now we'll have this reference data set against which we can auto-rectify lower resolution sensors. And what I do want to state is that there is so much remote sensing things that we are learning now. As we mosaic and as we do all these things, we are changing the values of the pixels. And for me as a land surveyor, what do I understand about, it looks like a pretty picture. But the remote sensing person is saying, you are destroying information. So what I'm asking the remote sensing community is, interact with us and tell us what we are not only doing wrong, but what we can improve. Saying, you're producing NIR, but you've done certain compression which reduces its use of it. So we require the remote sensing community to interact with us and tell us, well, you're actually, you're destroying information. Please do the following. So we will appreciate inputs as far as that is concerned. So this is the evolving rectified set, and in 3 months' time we would have the first national set. It will be like a 4 terabyte national 0.5 meter set, and we will try to popularize it and make it available to everybody on our drive. Besides that, we also have maps dating back to our various series, and just importantly, we have maps dating back to like sometimes the 1930s, 40s and things. These are also very valuable information sources. They might not be vector data, but it's very valuable from a change detection point of view, from looking at the changes to the landscape, the topography and things like that. So it is something that it's all available digitally, and you can utilize it when you're looking at change to the environment as well. Because we always generally think of imagery, but there are topographic maps that can be used for looking at changes to the environment. We are also looking at these various other maps that we do have. We have a national DEM layer of various accuracies. We are going to have to reevaluate whether our current DEM of 25 meter spacing meets the user requirement. We're the only organization that, there is now another DEM that is evolved subsequently, but we have to look at, does our 25 meter DEM still meet the national requirement, and if not, we have to then revise what the constitution of our national DEM is. And again, we will be interacting with users to see what is the new media. Last one is that we are starting with our national land cover mapping. We've done pilot areas. My colleague Julius cut 30 series with the sample land cover areas, and we asked people look at it and test it out. This current year we're doing Northwest Province and maybe Eastern Cape or Limpopo. So we will commence with a national land cover, which is much higher resolution than what the NRC 2000 was. We're having a specific discussion on it on Thursday, so we invite everybody, we invite those interested in us to come to that. We have professional advisory services. If people need advice on especially geodetic and cartographic issues and land reform support, we offer that service as well. That's just a bit of a promotion. And the SDI, which I've spoken about. Yeah, that's our website, and we encourage you to interact with us, and also we are increasingly, especially with land cover and with imagery acquisition, we are increasingly going to rely on the remote sensing community to give feedback to us so we can be relevant and improve our services to you as well. Thank you very much.